Lindsey Vonn's decision to withdraw from a Super G race just one day after a frightening crash sent a ripple of concern through the alpine skiing world, underscoring both the physical toll of elite competition and the uncertainty now surrounding one of the sport's most iconic figures as questions linger about her readiness for the Winter Olympics. The American star, whose career has been defined by breathtaking speed, resilience through injury, and a relentless competitive spirit, pulled out of the race after concluding that her body had not sufficiently recovered from the previous day's incident. Speaking candidly after the withdrawal, Vonn struck a measured and honest tone, saying she was doing my best right now, a phrase that captured both her determination and the reality of her current situation. The crash itself, which occurred during a high-speed section of the course, was alarming even by the standards of a sport where falls are an accepted risk. Vonn lost balance after hitting a rut, was thrown off her line, and tumbled violently before sliding to a stop, prompting a collective intake of breath from spectators and fellow competitors alike. Although she was able to ski away and avoided immediate catastrophic injury, the impact was significant enough to leave her sore, shaken, and facing the familiar but unwelcome question of whether pushing forward was worth the risk. In the hours that followed, team officials and medical staff monitored her condition closely, assessing everything from muscle stiffness to potential ligament strain, while Vonn herself weighed the competitive desire to race against the long-term implications for her health and season. Ultimately, the decision to withdraw from the Super G reflected a cautious approach, one shaped by years of experience and an understanding that even the toughest athletes must sometimes step back. For Vonn, whose career résumé includes multiple Olympic medals, World Cup titles, and a reputation for racing through pain, the choice was notable precisely because it signaled how seriously she was taking her current physical state. Yet even as she stepped aside, the lack of a definitive update on her Winter Olympics status fueled speculation. Neither Vonn nor her team offered a clear timeline for her return, emphasizing instead that recovery would be evaluated day by day, with training response and medical feedback guiding the next steps. This uncertainty is particularly significant given Vonn's complex relationship with injuries throughout her career. She has endured knee surgeries, fractures, and setbacks that would have ended many athletes' competitive ambitions, only to return repeatedly to the top level. Her history makes her both an emblem of perseverance and a reminder of how fragile even the strongest bodies can be under repeated strain. The Super G withdrawal also comes at a moment when expectations and scrutiny are heightened, as the Winter Olympics represent not just another competition but a defining stage where legacies are cemented. For American skiing, Vonn's presence carries symbolic weight, inspiring younger athletes and drawing global attention, while for Vonn herself, the Games have often been a proving ground where triumph and heartbreak intersect. Her measured comments after the withdrawal suggested a mindset focused on realism rather than bravado, acknowledging that recovery cannot be rushed without consequence. Teammates and rivals alike expressed support, noting that the decision to step back showed wisdom rather than weakness, especially in a discipline where confidence and physical readiness are inseparable. Coaches echoed that sentiment, emphasizing that the season is long and that forcing a return too soon could jeopardize not only Olympic hopes but overall health. Still, the absence of concrete answers leaves fans and analysts parsing every update for clues, from training photos to subtle shifts in language, searching for signs of optimism or concern. Vonn's social media presence, often a window into her mindset, has reflected a balance of gratitude for support and an insistence on taking things one step at a time. In the broader context of alpine skiing, her withdrawal highlights the fine margins athletes navigate, where hundredths of a second separate victory from defeat, and where the body must withstand immense forces at speeds that challenge human limits. It also reignites discussion about course safety, athlete workload, and the cumulative impact of crashes over a long career. For Vonn, whose competitive identity has always been intertwined with pushing boundaries, the current moment represents a quieter kind of challenge, listening to her body and accepting uncertainty. As the season progresses, all eyes will remain on her recovery, not only because of what she might achieve if she returns at full strength, but because her journey continues to resonate as a story of resilience, honesty, and the difficult choices elite athletes must make. Whether she ultimately lines up at the Winter Olympics remains unknown, but her decision to withdraw from the Super G, paired with her understated admission that she is doing my best right now, offers a revealing snapshot of an athlete navigating the space between ambition and reality, determined to move forward carefully, even when the path ahead is unclear.